this is Oscar Mikey and welcome to this World of Warships gameplay footage. Today we're going to be playing as the Atago, Imperial Japanese Navy, Tier 8 cruiser, armed with 10 203mm guns. Packs a heck of a punch, low profile also. Excellent torpedoes, 8 on each side, altogether an outstanding ship. And we got a Benson at our 12 o'clock. 10 kilometers, and a Pensacola a little further out. We'll take our first salvo of the game against that Pensacola. See if we can get a good hit. Disappeared into the fog of war, but yeah, 9 hits and a fire. 90% accuracy for a first salvo. Things are going off to a flying start. We're using the Atago's superior maneuverability and speed to get a jump in these objectives. Fire out some torpedoes here. Very slim chance that they'll actually connect with anything, but you have a lot of torpedoes, 8 on each side, might as well use them. So if there's any destroyers or cruisers wandering around, that'll give them something to worry about. Speaking of something to worry about, we've got another Atago here on our flank, 12 kilometers. We'll take a salvo there, downrange. Doesn't look like we're going to hit with many of our shells. Score a couple hits, 1000 damage. Yeah, we're not going to be scoring many more hits at those types of ranges against an Atago. Atago, one of the reasons it's such an excellent cruiser is due to its low profile. It does have a large citadel, but it's hard to hit, and it has reasonably good armor on its citadel. Alright, so we are facing a numerically superior force and the sea objective. So we're going to edge on out. Another destroyer here, going to fire off a salvo. Hard scoring these hits behind terrain, but we've got a pretty excellent connection there. Another hit. Just need to lead the target a little more. Is that Fubuki going to get hits on that destroyer? Yeah, he did indeed. Well done for him. He scores a torpedo hit and wipes out that destroyer. So we are now nosing on over to B side, the objective, since C's looking a bit too heavily contested. We'll see if we can pick up B. We do have a Pensacola here firing downrange at us. And he is taking all kinds of evasive maneuvering, so going to be hard scoring any meaningful amount of damage against him, but it's not for one of trying. Fortunately, dispersion just doesn't work in our favour there, and we only land 1 hit. So he's playing rather well. I'm trying to keep myself at extreme ranges where the Atago really shines, just around 15 kilometers. We do have an Amagi lurking in the background, but his attention seems to be fixated in something else. Now we take a hit to the rear of a ship, and that knocks out his steering. Do have the steering module, reduces chance for it to be incapacitated by 20%. Hasn't saved us this time though. Last stand, bit of an outside pick for the Atago, considering your turrets rotate at such a slow speed already. So we'll repair that. We'll press on to B objective. Just skirmishing at these ranges. We don't really expect to do much damage against the Pensacola. And you can see he's really being very aggressive in terms of how he maneuvers his ship. Which is smart play. He's out-tiered. He couldn't possibly hope to contend with our ship alone. So he's playing pretty much perfectly. And if he stays at those ranges and keeps shooting at us, he might have the opportunity to deny us this objective. One of the huge advantages with the Atago is of course its concealment. Real help against aircraft, allows you to get into those close ranges of 10 kilometers or less, ambush positions, load AP against cruisers, and you can do a lot of damage. Alright, so we take another hit, and we have a main turret incapacitation. It's not destroyed, but it's incapacitated. Not much of a problem. We won't repair it. We'll save that for any fires that we can reasonably anticipate to suffer. And this guy is shooting very accurately, considering I'm also trying to dodge. He's actually outplaying us quite a bit here. And he's denied us of that all-important base capture objective. And there's the fire. Sure enough, if you land an off hit, eventually you're going to get a fire. So we go ahead and repair that immediately, taking advantage of the fact that Pensacola's behind some occluding terrain. And we will break off the engagement now that we're no longer detected, focus on securing this cap, and move over to some other objective. I'm aware I'm playing quite passively here, but when you take into consideration that this is a light cruiser and it is thinly armoured, we don't really want to be brawling it out with the battleships to the east of the map. We are running with defensive fire. I've found that the Atago's AA is so woeful that if you don't run with this module and you do go up against carriers, that pretty much precludes the possibility of any type of solo play. And since this ship, in my view, is best suited for sort of lone wolfing, we've went for a very independent build. It allows us the means to do just that. So we finally took B, and we're moving on over to C. We do have a bunch of cruisers. We've got a Pensacola at extreme range, 7.6 kilometers. We'll fire HE and immediately load AP. Score some good hits, 50% accuracy there. We also get a fire. Now he lands a phenomenal broadside against us, doing 9,600 damage. That was at least one Citadel. So we got our armor sufficiently angled. We're going to fire our AP salvo. See if we can land some good damage. Score one Citadel, only 6,000 damage. We're probably aimed a little bit too low. That's more battleship type firing from AP. With an Atago, you want to aim just above the waterline a little more. So I'm killing my engine because I don't want to be obstructed by the line of sight. I want to finish this guy. Now if he's really smart, he'll turn to his starboard hard and get behind that terrain. That's what he's going to do. Gets a last salvo against us and does quite a nasty amount of damage, 4k. So we are not going to be able to follow him. Got a battleship and I believe that's Miyoko backing him up. So I'm going to have to shoot and scoot, get the heck out of here and save what HP I can from my already badly damaged ship. We haven't been able to achieve much so far. And as you can see, the score, the enemy has suffered 3 ship losses and we have suffered 8 in total. So the battle is not going our way. We are ahead in caps though. Score another good salvo there, land a fire. Don't think that'll be a full duration fire, but nonetheless, any fires are good fires. So 1 base capture, 0.5 base defenses. So we're going to have to really start utilizing the Atago's heavy firepower on this objective. We want to have any chance of winning. We're down 4 ships and we certainly can't afford any more losses here. So I'm angling my armor, anticipating there's going to be an enemy cruiser lurking in the shadows here. Loaded AP. There's the Miyoko. He did indeed repair the fire. We'll fire an AP broadside out. No, that's HE. Never mind that. He doesn't have repair, so if we can score a fire, we do indeed land an incapacitation and get around 50% accuracy from our salvo. So he's ducking behind cover, but we have that fire running. That's going to increase detectability. He lands fires a AP broadside, but is just leads the target just a little too much. Didn't compensate for the fact that we lose so much forward momentum when we do these big turns. Okay, so he is lurking in the shadows. We've still got AP loaded. There is a Atago at 4.4 kilometers hiding behind terrain. We'll turn port. His torpedoes to our starboard side. We will turn to port. AP loaded. We can reasonably assume this Atago is going to be firing out torpedoes based on his position. And we take a nasty broadside from Colorado doing 6k damage. So we are really on low HP here. We're going to have to be careful. Now we've... Yeah, okay. So here comes the first salvo of torpedoes. We are going to turn hard to port. Now we're aiming to get on the right side of this torpedo. So we cut our rudder, compensate. And we just about dodge that torpedo, and that is very fortunate because that torpedo if it connected, and here we have yet more torpedoes. So we're going to fire AP salvo out. These torpedoes will be a little easier to dodge. So we're going to get on its left side, cut throttle, make sure our rudders are neutral, and we just about dodge that torpedo as well. Also landing some good AP damage against the Atago. So we are going to retaliate with our own torpedoes, fire them between the gaps. I'm assuming the Atago will continue on with his present course. If he does, he's going to run straight into those torpedoes. And we're rotating our turrets quickly. Target locking in that position. There we go. Firing off AP salvo. Aim just below the waterline because he's actually heading closer to us. So we land 13,000 damage in AP, and he is taken out by a friendly ship. The battleship that's to our port side, I believe. No, he's not. That was another ship he took out. There, he gets him. So that's that cruiser sufficiently dealt with. We would have been captured by our torpedoes there, but he was on such low HP. The battleship to our aft is able to claim the kill. So we got 3 ships left. 3 ships left against 6. We have narrowed the enemy fleet a little bit. We're still heavily outnumbered. We got a battleship to our 1 o'clock. Colorado, and given the fact that we're in low HP, we're going to have to see if we can avoid what engagements we can. I'm going to race ahead and cap C. Generally just screening for our battleships who are way up in the rear and are, interesting enough, both in very high HP, so maybe they've been playing a bit too passively. With that said, it's the goal of light ships like cruisers and destroyers to cap the objectives, and since we no longer have any destroyers, they have long since perished, I will be focusing on capping objectives. Now, I'm going to fire some torpedoes through that narrow passage. Should be able to get 2 or 3 in there. We do have incoming torpedo bombers, so I'm going to turn hard to port. I'm keeping the terrain to my port side, ensuring that the torpedo bombers can't attack me from there. Means that if they're going to attack me, they're going to have to go to my starboard side, which means they're going to have to cross my ship, which should give me plenty of warning to take evasive maneuvering. So I activate defensive fire since they're getting within 3 kilometers, and rather wisely the enemy carrier backs out his torpedo bombers, either waiting for my defensive fire to expire or go and attack some other ships. Smart play from him. That's exactly what I would do playing my carrier as well. Now they are returning. My defensive fire is about to expire. There's an Amagi here lurking behind some terrain in the background, and it appears... Ah, no, we get that torpedo hit. Excellent. So again, always fire off your torpedoes through any passages, anticipating the enemy to attack from that position. Yeah, so we get flooding. Now he's going to repair that. He does indeed, which means any fires against him are going to be really good. Yeah, we're landing some good hits here. He's on very low HP. We're too heavily angled in these narrow passages to get our rear guns in action, so we're just relying on a front 4 203mm. And we get some decent hits, set of fire, so that would have finished them off regardless, and we take out the enemy Colorado. All thanks to a well-aimed torpedo volley. Well-aimed and well-timed. So we're still in low HP. The Amagi has bitten the dust. He was easily dispatched by the enemy carrier, who's just doing an absolute number on our team. We've still got a Colorado, and I'm able to provide him with some good air cover so long as we sail in close proximity. So this is a Amagi. I'm going to fire my HE shells. I'm also going to fire some torpedoes downrange. Score some good hits. Only 5 at this range though. And we are able to dodge his incoming fire. His first volley anyway. His second volley is only able to overpen. So aim to fire as many HP and he explodes. He was on low HP and the Colorado secures another kill. Now I'm no match for a full HP Colorado at close range, so I have to retreat a little bit. I'm travelling very slowly here because I want to make sure I don't run right into that island. Yeah, we get a fire in the Colorado. He'll probably put that out straight away. He does indeed, and that's good news for us. Any subsequent fires are going to last full duration. We get Confederate, score another 5 hits. No fires though. We have a 20% fire chance. Obviously that's reduced against high-tier battleships due to their impressive armor, but if we can land some more hits against this Colorado, we do indeed. That's the full duration fire right there. So we're landing about 50% accuracy broadsides here at range. I'm not totally confident we're going to be able to finish this guy off, however. So I am slowly retreating. I don't want to totally abandon this Colorado to his fate, but he appears to have gotten himself in a particularly bad position here, so I don't like my chances of saving him. And given the fact that we have incoming aircraft, I'm going to have to be especially careful. Yeah, we're landing excellent broadsides here against this Colorado. 9 hits, 2 more base defense ribbons. But no additional fire, so we're just going to rely on that one fire doing work against that Colorado. Our Colorado's not long for this world. It does appear that the enemy's dive bombers did actually miss, but those torpedoes finish him off, scoring 2 good hits. And I launched a salvo against cruiser, scored 2 fires, but he'll have repair and he'll immediately repair that. Now, I want to ensure that I only activate defensive fire at the last possible second. There I go. Reason why that is, this carrier's already retreated once before in the face of defensive fire. So if I activate it at long range, he's just going to retreat, wait for it to expire, and come back out. Now he commits, fires off a really bad torpedo there. My ally, who has recently perished, is reminding me of the fact that I only have to survive 1 minute longer in order to secure the victory. So we got a Colorado here firing at us at range. We've avoided the enemy aircraft and we've got a few cruisers lurking in the shadows here. They should really be driving straight towards me. I do believe that they are not, though. Yeah, they're sort of sailing in a 45-degree direction. That's not going to be enough. They're not going to be able to catch me. Atago is one of the fastest non-destroyer at this tier group. So I'm focusing very hard on the incoming salvos, ensuring every time I see a salvo, I look to take evasive action. Always wait before the enemy ship fires, because if you don't do that, they'll see you moving early, and they'll anticipate where you're going to go, and that's usually how you get citadels. So wait until you see the flashes of muzzles, then make your move, which is what I'm aiming to do. So I'll fire blind salvo here, and it appears that's going to be it. We win the game, and if my achievements are correct, if my memory serves me well, that's going to allow us to get Solo Warrior, and it does indeed. Solo Warrior and Confederate. That's a bunch of ribbons there. Every conceivable type of ribbon, I do believe. 3,200 base experience and around 115,000 damage. So we win the game. Thanks for watching as always. I'm Oscar Mike and I'll see you soon.